Thursday, September 24th. If I look at my do now, first thing I can look at is let's look at the two angles that have the x values. Well, those two angles form a straight line, so those two angles are called a linear pair. They add up to be 180 degrees. So I'm going to combine them together to get 8x minus 28, and I'm going to set that to 180, and I'm going to solve. And then once you get what x is, plug it back in, and then look over here. Do you agree that those three angles add up to be 180? Where this angle is 90 degrees. Okay, fun fact. Fun fact of the day. The shortest distance from a point to a line has to be perpendicular to that line. I gave you a little video down here, so if you need extra practice or you want extra help, then go and watch the video. But I'm going to go ahead and go through the notes with you. Find the shortest distance between y equals x plus 2. I changed it to x plus 2 to make it a little bit easier on us in the point 2, 0. So 2, 0 is here. And if I want to graph the line y equals x plus 2, I go up to positive 2, and it's going to be up 1 over 1 because the slope is 1. And the same thing, I can go down 1 to the left 1. Let's see if I can get a line to be drawn on here. That goes through these points. It looks something like this, right? Obviously with arrows on the end of it because it's a line. So in order to find the distance between 2 points, I can use a distance formula or Pythagorean theorem. But in order to find distance, I need 2 points. Well, I already know one of the points is 2, 0, so I have to find the second point. Well, if I want to count from that point to that line, it has to be exactly perpendicular. So first thing I need to do is I need to find the slope of the line that was given. Well, our slope is 1. Well, remember we said the shortest distance is perpendicular, so that means we have to take the slope and make it the opposite reciprocal slope. So slope's going to be negative 1. So what I do is I start at my point and I count my slope, which is down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, or I can go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And we just do that until that line hits the point, until that line hits the other line, and that happens at 0, 2. So my 2 points are 2, 0, that's what I originally started with, and 0, 2. So I'm trying to find the distance from here to here. Some of you like using Pythagorean theorem to do your distance, so you're going to draw on your right triangle, and that goes down 2 over 2, so you would do 2 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. Some of us want to like using the distance formula. So if I want to set up the distance formula, it's equal to the square root of, remember we take the x values, x1 and x2, we subtract them. So it's going to be 0 minus 2 squared, plus we take the y values and subtract them. We're going to do 2 minus 0 squared. So we end up with negative 2 squared plus 2 squared, which is basically what we got up there using Pythagorean theorem. Well, this is going to be the square root of 4 plus 4, which ends up being the square root of 8, and we need to reduce this. Well, the square root of 8 is actually equal to the square root of 4 times the square root of 2. So the distance is going to be 2 square roots of 2. So the distance between those 2 points is 2 square roots of 2. Let's try it again on this example. I would pause the video and try to do this one on your own. Our point's 5, 6. And try to find the shortest distance between the line negative 2x plus 6. So that starts at 6. And it goes down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. I can continue to do that. I'm just going to draw my line. So my line kind of looks like that. With arrows, of course. So if I want the shortest distance between the line and the point, I have to find the point on the line. Some of you are able to just guess. Some of us need to look at this. We need to find what's the slope of the first line, which is negative 2. Well, the slope of a line perpendicular to that is going to be positive 1/2. The reason is because this is negative 2 over 1. Opposite reciprocal slope is positive 1/2. Step 3, we're going to count slope is 1/2, so up 1 over 2. Or we can go down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. And you can clearly see the point is right here at 1, 4. So our points are 5, 6 and 1, 4. So I want the distance from those 2 points. I want this distance right here. Some of you like using Pythagorean theorem, so you're going to count up 2 over 4. You're going to do 2 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. Some of us like the distance formula, so if we use the distance formula, it's going to be equal to the square root of, we subtract the x values, so it's going to be 1 minus 5 squared, plus we subtract the y values. That's going to be 4 minus 6 squared. It's going to equal to the square root of 1 minus 5 is negative 4 squared. 4 minus 6 is negative 2 squared. We end up with the square root of 16 plus 4, which is the square root of 20, which is equal to the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. So the distance is going to be 2 square roots of 5 in simplest radical form. Tomorrow I'm going to put an activity for you guys to do. It's actually going to be a project, but we're going to do the project piece by piece together. So I'll tell you exactly which parts of the project I want you to work on Friday. Don't forget to do your do now and turn it in on Friday.